interview for coordinator Angela for the family Chloe Wu. Thank you, Angela, for participating in the interview today. So we talk about the in-home childcare for Chloe Wu. So you're the coordinator. Tell me a little bit about the arrangement for Chloe Wu's family. Who's the educator? How many days a week? And the care happening, and how's the general experience for the in-home childcare for Chloe?
All right, Chloe currently just enrolled with us for 5 days a week, pretty much from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And the grandparents are her educators, but most of the time it will be grandma, and because granddaddy working as at Mori University at the library,
So Chloe is going to the grandma's house, or grandma coming to Chloe's house?
Oh, she's going to grandma's house.
Go to grandma's house. How's the general experience for Chloe from your observation?
Oh, she's quite a happy and social girl. Every time when I paid a visit, she's so welcoming, and through my observations, grandmother has put a lot of attention and interaction with her, like with WIATO, literacy, numeracy, all sort of resource, also taking her to the community playground, library, and also if grandmother mentioned before, if granddad is finished work early, and he also bring home some resourceful tutorial stuff to her, like teaching her tutorial Mori, and also the Hakka dance. She's pretty enjoying it. Sometimes she will show the dance to me when I pay a visit.
Sure. So how old is Chloe at the moment?
She's almost 3.
Almost 3. So she's not going to any formal daycare?
No, not yet. But we had a little bit discussion last time when I paid a visit. Mommy's just asking me some ideas about how to choose in daycare centers, what does she need to be care of, and the program planning and the daycare centers. What's the difference between the home base and daycare centers, such as things. Yeah.
Sure. So in the education process, grandma is the educator.
Yep.
What language do they use normally at home?
Chinese Mandarin.
Mandarin, okay. So do they combine with English at all?
Yes, she does. Actually, surprised me. Granddad's English pretty good, and while as Tyrell Maury, he's very confident, introduce himself and a daily conversation with Tyrell Maury. And grandmother also, she's able to speak simple English, like the numbers and counting, colors, shapes, even simple daycare sounds like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh, wow.
Sort of
That's
things.
good.
Yeah.
So grandpa is a Chinese, but
Yeah,
he'll
he
be
is.
able to speak Maori.
Yes, he
wow.
is.
Very nicely done. Yeah, so from the coordinator perspective, as a coordinator is the qualified teacher. So from your observation, what's Chloe's interest?
Wow, she's really good at literacy, arts, and music. Yeah.
It's apparently
she's
changing
pretty.
time to time, really. So what's the current interest and her disposition from sort of past 2-3 months this period of time?
Oh, she's very creative. She loves imagination play. Last time when I paid a visit, she just took all her soft dolls and sit all together, doing little night time. She's reading for them, and also she asked me to join it together and singing and dancing, have interaction songs, such like that. But she's more using her imaginations and pretending to be different characters, like a doctor or cook.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's very nice, very nice. So as their family are Chinese immigrant family, settled in New Zealand. So the parents going to be the first generation, and Chloe going to be the second generation born in New Zealand.
Yes, she is.
She is. So I'm pretty sure Chloe maintain some level of Chinese culture and language recognition on top of keeping the mainstream culture and the language. So from your observation, their family, also the grandmother educator, how can they balance the two culture and the languages in the home?
Well, from my observation, I think first of all, they have a very good understanding of the Treaty of Waitangi, because from a granddad's side. Also, Chloe's mom, she's got a full-time job, and she's kind of getting involved in the Kiwi community quite a while.
Yeah.
And also, before Chloe was born, grandmother also working as a part-time. But she didn't mention what exactly the job was, but she was mentioned about she got a part-time job. So I think the whole family, they have a really good understanding, like how the whole community like combines with different cultures and immigrations. Yeah.
Sure. For the immigrant family. So
Yeah.
So as we deliver the curriculum, the mainstream curriculum in T484522, the New Zealand early childhood curriculum. So how can you deliver the curriculum to a Chinese immigrant grandma generation as the educator? How can you make her to understand the mainstream culture and the curriculum?
Oh, every time when I paid a visit, I took our program planning and Chloe's learning story as a record of her learning. So whenever mommy and grandmother has question about it, so I can explain them in Chinese, which help them get a better understanding of how the curriculum planned for the individual child's learning interest. Yeah.
So have you ever found any difficulty because of the cultural language barrier from delivering the curriculum from your perspective to grandma?
Not really, because the area they come from, China, pretty much closer to my hometown. So from the basic value and beliefs, so we pretty much on the same concept, and it's really easy to get their parents' expectation and aspiration for the child's learning. So it's really easy to get along with their ideas. And when I try to explain in the T484522 and our planning as an inquiry base, so they can get the whole picture how to notice and response and recognize and value child's learning. And they give like very positive feedbacks to us, also very important informations as well.
Sure. So in general, if you as the registered teacher, the coordinator, so if you thinking the early childhood as a whole, how should the mainstream, including yourself, to be culturally responsive for the immigrant families and the children to learn the early childhood curriculum?
I think first of all, we need to get to know the parents' aspiration of their own child. Like get into their own culture's value and beliefs.
Okay.
And through that, we can just build up like kind of partner relationship with the parents, because parents are always the child's first teachers. If we're getting to know their expectations, so it's easier for us get to know what is the family has been provided for the child. And on about that, and we can slowly introduce the New Zealand, the early childhood framework, T484522, and then try to guide them, get a better understanding of how to like encourage child's learning based on their interests in a more professional ways.
Exactly. So what is a culturally responsiveness practice from a registered teacher's perspective for you?
It's a very big picture.
Absolutely.
So you just like said, first of all, have to build up the partnership with the family, and then showing your understanding of the cultures, their beliefs, the values, helping them to get a better sense of belonging. Therefore, and then also have to introduce the biculturalism of New Zealand curriculum, and giving them ideas.
Yeah, because in general, if we just talk about the Chinese culture, so people many understand the food and a little bit of like the Lantern Festival, the public events. People, this is the so the stepping stone for children, for people to understand how the Chinese culture work. But in the early childhood, so we have to understand a little bit more to understand what's the rationality, why they're doing the things, what they're doing, and where they want to travel to, and what's their goal, and to work as a team. So For your experience, so how can you work out the expectation from the educator and the parents? Because two generations, as a grandma generation.